vehicle got shut up. Thought I could break our family cycle of violence. Always ends up in a familiar place.
Kayce trusted Tom with Tate's future, but in Season 2, that trust could lead to a deadly war, and Rip Wheeler might be the one who helps Kayce end Tom for good. What if everything Kayce believed about Tom was a lie? What if the man he trusted with Tate's safety was actually the same man responsible for the attacks, the betrayals, and the chaos that nearly destroyed East Camp? And what happens when Kayce finally learns the truth? Because if the latest Season 2 theories turn out to be right, Tom is about to make the biggest mistake of his life. Not only could Kayce declare war against him, but he may also get help from someone fans have been desperately waiting to see, Rip Wheeler. And if Rip really joins this fight, then Tom's future could be much darker than anyone expected. Could Rip and Kayce work together to take Tom down once and for all? What role will Beth play in all of this? How dangerous will Tom become when his secrets start coming out? And could this end with Tom paying the ultimate price? Let's break down everything we know. After the shocking Season 1 finale, one thing became very clear. Kayce's biggest problem is no longer the mine, it is Tom Weaver. Throughout the season, Tom presented himself as a friend. He listened to Kayce. He supported him during some of the hardest moments of his life. He respected his decisions. And when Kayce refused to sell East Camp, Tom appeared to accept it without any argument. On the surface, he looked like someone Kayce could trust. But by the end of the finale, that image completely fell apart. The moment Tom's ranch foreman was connected to the attacks changed everything. And when the foreman reported back by saying, "It's handled, sir," it became almost impossible to ignore what the show was trying to tell us. Suddenly, every interaction between Tom and Kayce felt different. Every act of kindness started looking like part of a much bigger plan. And honestly, that is what makes Tom such a dangerous enemy. He is not attacking Kayce openly. He is getting close to him, he is earning his trust, and that makes him far more threatening than someone who simply shows up with a gun. The biggest concern heading into Season 2 is obviously Tate. At the end of the finale, Kayce allowed Tate to travel to Texas with Tom, and the more you think about that decision, the more worrying it becomes. Because if Tom truly is behind everything, then Tate is now spending time with the very person responsible for so much suffering. And honestly, Tate has already been through enough. This is a character who has faced one tragedy after another. Every time it seems like he might finally find peace, another disaster appears. That is why many fans believe Tate's storyline in Season 2 could become even more important than Kayce's, because Tate may end up discovering something that nobody else knows. Imagine if Tate accidentally overhears a conversation. Imagine if he notices something suspicious on Tom's ranch. Or even worse, imagine if Tom eventually realizes Tate could become a threat to his secrets. Suddenly, what looked like a simple trip to Texas could turn into one of the most dangerous situations Tate has ever faced. And this is exactly where Rip Wheeler could enter the story. Ever since the finale aired, fans have been talking about one thing: Texas. Out of all the locations the writers could have chosen, why send Tom and Tate there? It feels too important to be a coincidence. And if Season 2 spends time in Texas, then there is a very good chance we finally see Rip. Honestly, it would make perfect sense. Rip has spent years protecting the people he cares about. He knows how to recognize dangerous people. He knows when someone is hiding something. And if Tom arrives in Texas pretending to be a friend while secretly manipulating Kayce, Rip may see through him much faster than anyone else. What makes this possibility so exciting is that Rip and Kayce have always shared a strong connection. They understand each other in a way very few characters do. Both men have experienced loss. Both men are fiercely loyal to their families, and both men are willing to do whatever it takes when someone they love is threatened. So if Rip discovers that Tom has been lying to Kayce, there is no way he stays silent. In fact, I think Rip could be the first person to warn Kayce about what is really happening. But the problem is that Kayce may not listen immediately. As we saw in Season 1, Kayce is emotionally exhausted. He has lost so much that he desperately wants to believe there are still good people around him. That is one reason Tom's betrayal could hit so hard. Because this is not just about business or land, it is personal. Tom gained Kayce's trust when he was vulnerable, and when the truth finally comes out, Kayce is going to feel completely betrayed. That anger could push him into making decisions he normally would never make. And honestly, I think that is exactly what Season 2 is building toward. At some point, the evidence against Tom is going to become impossible to ignore. Maybe Andrea uncovers new information. Maybe Belle and Calvin survive long enough to expose what really happened. Or maybe Tate returns from Texas with answers nobody expected. Whatever the reason, I think there will come a moment when Kayce finally realizes Tom has been manipulating him from the very beginning. And when that moment arrives, everything changes, because Kayce is not the kind of person who forgives betrayal easily. What makes this storyline even more intense is that Tom probably will not surrender quietly. If he truly orchestrated the attacks, then he has already shown how far he is willing to go to get what he wants. Losing Kayce's trust would not suddenly make him stop. It could actually make him more dangerous. He might become desperate. He might try to eliminate witnesses. He might even make another move against East Camp before Kayce can stop him. And that could force Kayce into a direct confrontation that neither side can avoid. This is where one of the biggest theories for Season 2 starts becoming very interesting. What if Rip does more than simply warn Kayce? What if he actually helps him fight back? Because the title of this conflict is not just about exposing Tom, it is about stopping him. And if Tom continues threatening Kayce, Tate, and everyone connected to East Camp, then Rip may decide there is only one way to end the problem. Together, Kayce and Rip could become an unstoppable force. One man fighting for his family, the other fighting for the people he considers family. And if these two ever stand on the same side against Tom, then Season 2 could deliver one of the most explosive storylines we have seen so far. Before we dive in, make sure to subscribe because we're covering every major Marshals Season 2 update, theory, and surprise as soon as it drops.